Now you really need to prime your body and really warm up your body, especially if you're getting more trained and you're starting to lift heavier. So what that looks like is doing warm-up sets before your first lower body major lift and your first upper body major lift. So let's start with the deadlift, since this is a pull focus month. So you might even do this with no weight at all at first, like a PVC pipe. Maybe you're gonna hold that pipe, set your shoulders, and imagine the hips moving back horizontally. Shut the car door with the butt, and then shave the leg as you come up. And maybe you just do a few of those to kind of remind your body of the pattern. You're just priming here. Maybe you match your breath, inhaling down, exhaling up. And then once you're kind of like, okay, we're hinging, I know what we're doing, you can add a little bit of weight. I would call this your first working set when you're adding weight, and you would only want to do maybe an RPE of 3, like 30% of your 1 rep max. So I have 15s here. Just depends on your level. If you're like, oh, I kind of am using 15s, then maybe your RP3 is the PVC pipe. If you're like, I'm deadlifting 300 pounds, then this isn't even a 3 for you. So it just depends on where you're at. But for me, I would pick these up, set my shoulders up, back, and down, same motion, shut the car door with the butt, shave the legs. And I'm gonna do 8 reps here because it's a pretty low RPE, not very hard, just kind of getting my mind and body ready, priming my muscles a little more. That was 4, inhale down, exhale up. This is 6, 7, and last one, 8. Then from there, after you carefully put it down, you might need to do a little mobility as well if your hamstrings are feeling it. Maybe at this point, if you're doing option 1, you bump up to the barbell. This, I believe, is a 35-pound barbell. Most barbells are 45 pounds. I just did 30 pounds with 2 15s, so it's actually not that big of a bump. I probably even would go from a 3 RPE to maybe a 5 or a 5-6 by adding a couple of plates, maybe 10 pounds per side. So now I've bumped up to maybe 55 pounds. And also just note that your RPE, your rate of perceived exertion, can change over time. So ordinarily, I can deadlift pretty heavy. I can do most things pretty heavy. This month, I'm coming off of COVID, so things that usually would feel like a 3 RPE might feel like a 7, 8 to me. So just know that can also vary over time. But for 55 pounds, we're hoping this is gonna be about a 5. I'm just gonna try 5 reps here. So the bar is really close to the shins, mid-foot, which is further back than you think. Grabbing where the knurling is and then setting the shoulders, imagining squeezing oranges in the armpits, and then pushing into the ground to come up for that first rep. Hips coming back, shave the legs. Shut that car door with the butt. So that's 2, 3, kind of feeling the hamstrings a little more, 4, and 5. And then careful to the knee, and then bend the knee to put it down. And now I have to think back, was that about a 5? I would say that for me this month, that was actually probably at least a 6. So I actually am probably then done with my warm-up sets. Depending on the month, maybe I would need to add another plate and do another warm-up set. I would say you want to get to at least a 6, maybe even a 7 in your warm-up sets. And then from there, the next set is considered a working set.